Born and raised in Wichita, Kansas, Abigail Brewster is a member of LEDA's 9th cohort. Abby graduated first in her class from Wichita High School South and is now a sophomore at Bryn Mawr College. As a LEDA scholar, Abby wanted to attend a top college in order to encourage other young people in her community to pursue competitive higher educational opportunities. Her dedication to this goal remained steadfast during her senior year in high school, even as she was pressured by her ROTC coach to forego taking the SAT in order to attend a competition.
At Bryn Mawr, Abby has continued to demonstrate the same drive and the same determination that brought her to LEDA. Her commitment to education equity has continued in college, where she is an active member of Bryn Mawr's first-generation student club called First Goers. She is also a member of the varsity tennis team and works at the college's library. Abigail Brewster embodies LEDA's core values of excellence, integrity, compassion, and community as she strives to serve her community while pushing herself to new personal heights.
Please join me in welcoming Miss Abigail Brewster.
Good evening. My name is Abigail Brewster, and I am a LEDA scholar from Cohort 9 and a first-generation college sophomore at Bryn Mawr College. Growing up, many obstacles have stood in the way of my education, but I credit LEDA for giving me the tools and the confidence that I need to overcome these challenges. Many times as a child, I spent my time thinking about the present rather than thinking about the future. My parents divorced when I was only a few months old, and to put things bluntly, my mom was an alcoholic and she abused prescription pills. She spent time in jail for repeatedly driving under the influence and continued to drink irresponsibly even when she knew the consequences. In 2010, she threw me out of her house. Luckily, I've always had a stable relationship with my father, and I was able to move in with him. And his mom, my grandma, became a second mother figure to me. My first dealings with higher education came to me through my grandma. Similar to me, she grew up poor, yet her resilient spirit propelled her into becoming a nurse. As such, she was able to provide for my dad, my sister, and me during periods of financial instability. We were always guaranteed a hot meal at her house. By understanding my grandma's path, I came to realize that the key to breaking the cycle of poverty and addiction was a higher education, but I didn't know how I would get there, how I would pay for it, or if I'd even be successful. I didn't know if I would be able to be successful at school and focus on school while trying to fix the problems at home. The answers to these questions became clear once I found LEDA. LEDA assured me that through this entire college guidance process, I wasn't alone. When the college guidance counselor at LEDA walked me through my college options, it became clear that Kansas was not where I needed to be. When someone back home asked me why I'm going to school on the East Coast, I always respond by saying, that's where the scholarship money is. The reality is that had I stayed in Kansas, I would have gotten sucked right back into what I wanted to escape. During my LEDA summer, I found a confidence in the classroom that I had never experienced before. I was able to ask questions when I was confused and ask for help. My LEDA summer taught me to take responsibility for my education. These core beliefs came in handy when I got to Bryn Mawr. I thought that going to college was going to be the magical key to solving all of my problems. I came from an underperforming high school, and within my first 2 weeks at Bryn Mawr, I was constantly reminded of how ill-prepared I was. My writing skills needed to improve. My quantitative skills needed to improve. I felt as if everything needed to improve. This could have easily made me want to quit, but thanks to LEDA, I knew exactly what to do. Ask questions and ask for help. Slowly, I've become more comfortable at Bryn Mawr. I've been exposed to many amazing professors that have helped me discover my passion for sociology, a passion I don't think I would have found had I stayed in Kansas. However, my road to success continues to be paved with obstacles. Last semester, my mom and I's relationship greatly improved. She had a steady job. She was staying clean and sober for the first time. Then, on the Sunday night before my first exam, I got a tragic call. My mom had suffered a stroke and was in a coma. They didn't know if she was going to make it. Fortunately, the next day, I got a call from my family assuring me that she was in stable condition. I decided to stay and finish my finals because that was the lesson of responsibility that I learned at LEDA being put into action. I would like to say that this story has a happy ending, but it's still ongoing. Over winter break, my grandma suffered her third stroke and was diagnosed with lung cancer. My mom was recently released from the hospital, but faces a challenging road to recovery. LEDA taught me that in order to help my family, I have to be the best me possible. Taking a semester off or even moving closer wouldn't benefit my mom, my grandma, or me. The reality is that whenever you are on an airplane, they tell you to put your oxygen mask on first before helping others. As selfish as it sounds, coming back to Bryn Mawr was the right decision for me and my family. LEDA matters not because it rescues scholars from adversity, but because it gives scholars the skills, confidence, and tools that they need in order to overcome challenges like growing up in poverty, and in my case, a home plagued with addiction. Soon, I will be a first-generation graduate from one of the best schools in the country. And I will have received everything that I could possibly receive from my educational experience because I wasn't afraid to ask questions, take advantage of opportunities to learn and to grow, and look adversity in the face in order to achieve greatness. Thank you.